Kagura is one of the most underrated females in Shonen. When thinking of the best females in Shonen, honestly, you got Sakura, Nobara, Nami, Ryuko, and others, and they are all great in their own way. But you know me, my agenda to push Gintama as much as I can until everyone knows about it, and that leads me to talk about my favorite anime female character of all time. Sorry, Rookie and Nami, those is number 2 and 3, and that is Kagura, man. And the reason I'm doing this is a number of factors. One, people don't know about Gintama as a whole, which still sucks. 2, people rank female best characters without even mentioning her, which is, or in general in that matter, which sucks too. 3, she's a badass, funny, rude, strong-ass, compelling character with depth to her, and I'm talking about what a peak character she is. And last but not least, 4, because I love Kagura! That all being said, this video is simply just a complete character analysis of the character named Kagura in Gintama. And yeah, I'm going to plead my case of why I think she's probably the best female character in Shonen, and hell, sometimes in all the anime. So let's get straight to it, man. Oh, whoa! So Kagura, I believe, gets introduced in episode 4, and since the first 2 episodes are filler, and plus the 3rd episode, Gintama, is about Gintoki and Shippachi. And anyway, she comes in episode 4, and literally in the first scene, Gintoki runs her over with his moped. Yep. Gintama is wild, man. But yeah, so anyways, we see her for the first time, and that episode deals with part of her background and how she ended up in Edo, which is the current setup for Gintama. So anyways, let's go over it. Kagura is from a distant planet. It's part of the Yato clan, which is you could say they're like Sans from DBZ without all the gold, pizzazz. The Yato clan are more experienced with combat and fighting than other people in the town, so yeah. Then the reason she left her home planet is because she needed more money, and because her family was poor, and she got offered the opportunity from this con man to take risky jobs to earn her some money. And eventually this leads to her realizing that this guy doesn't really give a shit about her and uses her for nothing but just to get by. And moments later, thanks to the con man, she is trapped in this barrel and left for dead on the railroad tracks with the incoming train is getting ready to get hit, along with the innocent bystander Shippachi. Before the GOAT Gintoki comes in and saves the day, and then Kagura gets the chance to beat these guys up. But before she does that, she says this.
でも私、これからはその野党の本能と戦いたいね。変わるため戦うある。
There you have it. We see another one of her new goals, and moments later she also asks, she threatens Gintoki to hire her to a new job, which is his business called an odd job, which I'm gonna keep it real, she doesn't get paid from there. At least if she does, then it's a little below minimum wage. Like, it's actually bad. He's actually finessing her and Shippachi, so yeah. Oh, and also another one of her traits is that one of her reasons that she left home planet is because she wants to try new foods, and that's why, she comes to Edo, and that's when she tries different foods. And one of her go-to foods is this rice egg bowl thingy. Eats it damn near all the time. And by the way, I also didn't know she eats like a goddamn animal, and like it's actually concerning sometimes, but hey, that's just how her character is. Like, it literally showed different episodes where she has like this big ass belly, and it's like a stuffed pig, bro. That's all I can say. Anyways, that's how we introduced to her, and along the way in the story we see her win, lose, fall, and grow as a person. Along with watching the series, we get to know her favorite quality traits, which is Kagura loves to eat sometimes, like I said earlier, and it's questionable things sometimes too. Another one is that she's a troll, just like Gintoki and Okita, but it's not just to piss people off. She's actually rude in like an unapologetic way. Like, she just says things that comes to her mind and doesn't care how they react, if it's like being nice or what. But yeah, it's actually very funny. It's actually impressive how she like just doesn't hold back too. Like, she just says it out loud, and you can like it or not, she gonna say it. Also, I should say that she also has drip, man. Hey, she has a unique style to her, but she know how to mix it up. I'm talking about different dresses, different like jumpsuits, different scarves and jackets. So like, bro, she knows how to mix it up well, and she got that drip. I need to hit up a stylist, you know what I'm saying? And also, her fighting skills are insane. Like, I'm telling you, for like 100 episodes in, I swear she was like the strongest character, because like she would just straight up hit niggas with knees and stuff, punch them, and they'd be knocked out like with like one hit. I'm like, god damn, she pick up rocks and throw them, bro. Like, she could stop a whole car and stuff. Like, it's, man, and that Yato clan is different. I told you, there's Sans, bro. There are Sans. Also, let me reiterate this. You see, first and foremost, Gintama is a comedy anime at heart. So of course there will be some wild out-of-pocket scenarios in the characters, and most of these involve side characters. Some involve Gintoki a lot, some involve Shippachi a lot, and also some involve Kagura. There are many situations where Kagura gets some wild, I'm talking about crazy situations that the game had to find a way to get themselves out of. Most of the time it involves some action stuff too that's going on, which was indeed fire, by the way. And sometimes you have episodes where like it's just what the fuck am I watching type episodes. For instance, there was like an episode when she introduces her boyfriend to Gintoki and Shinpachi, and it ends up being like this Donkey Kong ass nigga. Then there's this one episode where something happened to Gintoki, and then she pretended to be just like him, and she dressed like him, talked like him, and I'm talking about her impression was spot on. She picked his nose like he always do, and then it was just funny how like they made like a spoof of a character inside their own show, and they did it perfectly too. Some episodes where she just dead ass steal the whole show and like leave memorable moments where like the viewers just never forget. Whether that's like fighting scenes, rage scenes, comedy scenes. Like, bro, I hate this. It's not really a spoiler because it's a comedy anime, but bro, she literally had her own fake death episode. I'm talking about funeral and stuff. Like, bro, she literally had like a fake death episode, and like it was just so out of pocket and so crazy that I literally was one of my favorite episodes of all time. Cause it's just how stupid it was and how funny it was. And man, and by the way, this character Kagura gets her own serious arc later on in the series. I'm talking about like involves her and the whole family. Like she has her own serious arc. What other character in Shonen, specifically female, has their own serious arcs, bro? Yeah, probably name in the comments, but I don't care. Kagura's a go. Oh, one special aspect about her character is that it shows how she wants to adapt to a new human role. And let's say, for example, you know how you move into a different town and you have to adjust the ways you didn't think you would have to. But yeah, like such as like going to a new school or new areas, different climates. So imagine that for Kagura, but a whole different planet. I like how each episode shows her interaction with the new town. Through these episodes, we get to know more about the cast of Gintama, as well as through our eyes and throughout Kagura's eyes too, and the rest of our jobs. Friends of Gintoki become friends of Shinpachi and Kagura's as well too, such as Zuru, actually my bad, Katsura, Mado, and Sakamoto. And then we have like the mother figure to Gintoki, and that is, often to butcher this, I can't forget the name, Otase, you know, a lady, I think Gintoki calls her Grand, and she's like a mother figure to, well, Kagura and Shinpachi as well too. And then you have Shinpachi's sister, who's like a sister figure to Kagura as well too. And then you have their rivals, the Shinsengumi, who's, you know, Hijikata is Gintoki's rival. Kondo and Shinpachi are like great friends, even though he has a big crush on his sister. Like it's like this recurring joke that gets funnier and funnier. And then you have Okita, which is, oh god, that character is so sick. And then you have him and Kagura, who they have beef, such as Hijikata and Gintoki. Yeah, they have seriously beef. But yeah, but both of them have definitely like a pretty funny dynamic right there too. And other characters like Kyubei and Tsukuyo are also like great friends with Kagura as well too. Kagura definitely needs some female friends. I know she be around like the guys a lot, but you know, some female friends that make her feel more like ladylike, if that makes sense. And then with the period of time and different amount of people in that town, she feels like she belongs there after all. Another reason why she's the best female character in Shonen is that she challenges everything about what female character should be in Shonen. You got that trope where either you have a badass female character but they fall in love with the main character and become quirky and all that type of stuff. So yeah, I'm talking about Yu Asuna. It works well for other characters such as Mikasa and Rin, but like those are clearly like a, you know, a thing in Shonen. And it's very predictable, and sometimes it definitely gets like annoying to some people. Then you have those types of females where they are like the peach of the universe, I like to say. Which, if you don't know, Peach is, you know, the person that needs saving, like the damsel in distress, and that applies to Orihime and Hinata. But hey, those two still hold their own. I love both of them still, so no shade towards them, of course, they're goats. But anyways, so definitely common like shonen tropes. Then you have those useless shonen characters. Oh god, I don't want to start an argument, but I just move on. Kagura is nothing like that. She is a character that gets shit done and is very relatable and also very funny and unapologetic, like I said earlier, and has me dying every episode that she does like a crazy thing in, and is a really deep character. And the more you look at it too, she can go from like legit have like an emotional episode and to beating like a whole clan down and like literally just shit talking them with like Isu. Yeah, she is that girl, man. As I mentioned earlier, there are Gintama episodes that are strictly revolve around certain characters, whether it's side character, main character, or like just a random character that we haven't heard of that we know about, and then that we just love by the end of the episode. Those episodes are special because they, even though they are episodic, they just tell like a great story and have viewers like is shocked and like just sad or either happy. And yeah, great storytelling right there. And Kagura has multiple episodes like this. For instance, one of my favorite episodes in the whole series is where like the umbrella episode. Viewers know what I'm talking about. And that is when on Independence Day, which was the title of the episode, I think. And you see Kagura carries a unique purple umbrella pretty much everywhere she goes. And this particular episode, it rains a lot, in which we see different people in town walk around with the umbrellas. And Kagura see these girls in Edo who have umbrellas with like different designs and flowers and all that type of stuff. And so when she sees this, she pouts and doesn't want to use the purple one no more because it doesn't make her stand out. And this puts her in a bad mood. Then Gintoki peeped that and gave her a new umbrella, like this different designs, and like it's like a flower, like bright and colored new umbrella that catches everyone by storm and makes her feel good about herself too. So of course we're having a new umbrella. It's like getting a new toy in the toy store or getting new clothes. You want to show it off, right? So she does that. And when it's raining outside, you know, people usually stay in the house and just chill. But she would go outside with the umbrella and just walk around and just, you know, feel good about it. You know, is in a great mood to have a new thing now, and it gives her some like an independence thing because well, she's, you know, alone, and then she's definitely like showing off the umbrella, like I said. And it's funny because like no matter how bad the weather was, she would go outside and just, you know, use the umbrella and just walk around. It was literally like a typhoon one day, and she was still outside and stuff. And during this typhoon, her new umbrella gets messed up, which of course is a goddamn typhoon. Get inside, damn it. And with her new one being destroyed, she then goes home and crafts a brand new umbrella from scratch. And then she goes outside and uses this until she noticed some kids without one and just like standing there all cold and stuff. You know, that's how colds develop. So at the kindness of her hearts, because Kagura is a heartwarming, loving person, she gave them the umbrella and she finds this broken, torn up one. And then she just uses that too. Now, I think the reason why she started feeling sad in this moment is because, well, one, her new umbrella's gone, and two, and I think when Gintoki and Shippachi came and noticed it and says that, oh, that's a nice umbrella like you have there, and then can we use it too? And then she sees that and starts feeling happy because she has something that the guys with her and cherish and share together. And I think that's where Independence thing comes in. Then you have other episodes where like Kagura will go to this like random event where they just do, I guess, the Zumba stuff together, you know, the little workout thing, and like nice cardio and exercise and great to stay in shape. So yeah, they would do that with the random people, and then she happened to go there every other day of schedule. And then she meets this boy who just enjoys it the same amount as her, and they find out that he's sick. And then when that boy, when something happens to that boy, she still goes out and it still does it in honor of him. And it's just so touching and sad. That one actually made me cry. That one made me cry tears of sadness. I was like, damn, it hits, man. Also shows how great of a character she is, how like sweet and how like vulnerable her character is too. And you know, like I said, other anime characters, they don't show that, man. At least they're not put in position to show that in the show. But with Gintama, they show everyone's low moments, high moments, their change, and everything. They show everything with these characters. There were other episodes where like she is like the star of it and like has like a nice story with it too, like the one with the old man and the dog. No, the old man and the old dog. Yeah, the one with that. And then you have this Valentine's Day one where she was like just comforted with Ote and Sakuyo and how like make her feel like girly type thing. It was nice. Last thing I want to talk about is her development as a character, her ties with the Blood Clan and the Yato Clan. Now, beginning of the series, Kagura was like, you know, new to this whole planet. She was already strong, but definitely, you know, there were some weak sides to her that she couldn't control and definitely was felt ashamed about. And I mentioned about her family before and how Kagura is from the Yato Clan, who comes from a different planet. And I think a really great thing about character development is how she used to be troubled with the family and the clan stuff, and how she learns to overcome it and then fight with it. I talked about earlier how there are different or advanced skills that applies to the other traits as well as one shown in the series arcs, and specifically one that is definitely shown here, and that is the Yashiro and Flames arc, which is beautiful. Oh my god, it was my favorite arcs in the whole series. Anyways, there was a moment where the Oddjobs were in the battle, and while Gintoki was fighting the main villain, Kagura and Shippachi was fighting one of those other side villains who later developed into a more serious character in the series. But anyways, Kagura and Shippachi was getting their shit right by this guy, man, and he was from the Yato Clan if you didn't know. So it's big bad evil guy from the Yato Clan, and they was literally getting their shit beat in a dire situation where Shippachi was almost looking like he's gonna head his way out to meet Jesus. She goes berserker mode in one of the craziest moments in this show, and this is where we see her rage and have this little terrifying look on her face that honestly was actually scary looking, but damn near, hey, don't and tell me that, because I was definitely hyped watching that. Then after her rage moment, she was beating the shit out of this guy like with ease too. And I'm talking about it was like one of those Super Saiyan moments where they just raging and start winning the fights. I'll say that. And then even though I was hyped for her, I was definitely felt bad for her because it's one of those situations where the character transforms and they lose a bit of themselves. But in this case, she lost almost a lot of herself, and she was finna kill him. But she didn't want her Yato blood to take over, and that was the case. That's why she felt bad, because she was so weak and she let that happen. She kind of broke down after this transformation because she lost herself. And then from this moment, her and Shippachi vowed to that, they would get stronger and learn to fight with themselves, and she would learn to control that anger that is involved in her blood. So yeah, she learned to control that, and she definitely would learn to get stronger and fight for herself and be able to be strong enough to fight with the Gintoki and others. I also should mention the effects of a broken family, but I'm gonna talk about, I'm gonna summarize them quickly because I'm gonna go more in depth with this family into the later video, which is the Battle of Ryoko video that's in the works. Stay tuned for that. I know I'm a little shameless plug, but you gotta do what you gotta do. It's a crazy art, so I'm spending the whole video talking about the whole art. That's how much I like it. Anyways, long story short, the mom in the family is basically Goku for her home planet and protects it by any means necessary. You got the dad who travels to different planets because he can, and two, he's literally one of the strongest characters in Gintama. I'm talking about like he's top 5, if not top 10 strongest characters in the whole series. And then you have Kamui, which is Kagura's brother, and who is let's just say a menace to society. Yeah. And there are things about this family that many actual families in real life go through, whether it's a bad childhood that leads to bad turmoil with the different family members, whether it's a dad who simply misses his daughter and while also hating his son for what he become in the future. It's a number of factors that make them a broken family, but don't forget, Kagura is a heartwarming girl, peacemaking character, so she tries no matter what to bring the family together. How she does it, you have to learn more in that Ryoko video coming soon, by the way. Oh, now, in conclusion, Kagura is a person who you would love to have as a friend, partner, and hell, even a rival, because she got your back no matter what, and is a very caring person. She also brings the best out of people. She has a ton of badass moments. She's a great fighter, a troll, a savage, a chat certain times, and is a hell of a character, a peak character, and the best in all of anime, best female character in Shonen, in all of anime, in fiction. Yeah, I said it, and there's no debate about it. Kagura is simply that bitch.